Greetings. So, doing a pickups video today, and rather than sort of mix it all up like I usually do, I was behind with pickups before, but with how busy things have been over the summer and with one thing and another, I've just got so far behind. It seems unlikely I'll ever catch up. I could do with knocking out 3 or 4 pickups videos over the next few weeks, really. But anyway, I've decided to do a Switch pickups. There are more Switch pickups to come, but there's a decent chunk here, so I thought I'd put them all in one episode. So if the Switch is your thing, it's Christmas time. Most of these are from months ago, and there's quite a few of these unfortunately I've not even unsealed yet, never mind actually putting the machine to try. But that being said, let's crack on. So first up, it is one I have played, and it's Snuffkin, Melody of Moonmin Valley. I did talk about this on one of my James's World episodes when I played through this and finished it. A nice little game this, kind of, you know, top-down adventure in the mould of like Link to the Past, really, set in the world of the Moonmins. It's quite simplistic, not particularly difficult, but it's a nice, enjoyable kind of cosy adventure game. Really good if that's your bag. Next up, this one's sealed. We've got World of Goo 2, which I believe is a 2D puzzle platformer. Use living liquid creatures to build bridges, grow towers, terraform terrain and fuel flying machines. The world is beautiful, dangerous and evolving. Each level is realistic physics and fluid simulation. Build, splash, explode, destroy, fly and roll your way through your own unique solutions to each level. So yeah, kind of, it sounds like on a bit of a lemming's foot to me, but it's been so long since I bought this, I can't remember where it was from, why I bought it really. It might have been cheap off Amazon, possibly. And I do quite like a puzzle game, so that's obviously why I bought it. Next up, I do remember buying this, and it was a tip from Ross Bohoho, and it's Animal Well, which Ross recommended when I was asking for recommendations about kind of I think it was like a cosy non-combat platformer. Yeah, I think this was non-combat sort of Metroidvania, and Ross said it was, I think he said it was the best one he'd ever played, so I had to buy this. It does look really nice. Obviously it's a 2D Metroidvania based game. Looks like kind of nice bright sort of neon style graphics, but it is meant to be, I mean it must be good if Ross said it's good, but it is meant to be good as well, what I've read in reviews. Not the cheapest game, this one, as I remember, but if it's amazing, well, it's worth it, isn't it? This next one, this was a recommendation. I think this Champion 2D Rob mentioned this. I think he put it in one of the WhatsApp groups, saying it was up for pre-order. I think this was going back at ages. You know, it was one of these you have to pre-order, super rare game. I don't do that, but Rob said it's a really good. Well, there's a prequel, an original game that I've since downloaded digitally. I think you can get it physical as well, but it might be a limited run company. Anyway, waffling on. It's Grapple Dogs, Cosmic Canines. I forget what the original game is called, but I have downloaded it since. I've not tried this one, but it does look really good, like an action platformer. If I remember, I'll put the name of the original game on the screen now. But anyway, cheers Rob, because that was definitely you who recommended that, because Rob's got his finger on the pulse. It's a shame you're off YouTube, Rob, because your videos are awesome. Next up, I think I saw somebody playing this, possibly, and it was cheap, really cheap on Amazon. I think it was like 15 quid. Rugrats. Now, I'm way too old for Rugrats, it means nothing to me, but it just looks like an amazing 2D platformer in the tradition of like a Mega Drive or SNES game, with amazing sort of pure cartoon based graphics. And I thought, regardless of the content, I thought that's got to be worth investigating. Still sealed at the moment, but like, you know, it literally looks like the cartoon, so I'm hoping that's decent. This next one, I think I got this from the Red Art sale. Well, I did, because it's a Red Art game, but it was part of a bunch of stuff I bought in the sale. I can't remember anything about it. It looks like a 2D platformer of some description, and it's called Lynn, Path of Orchards. Don't know. You're in control of a ban, guardian of nature, on her journey through the Lost Sky Temple. Looks interesting. Kind of looks a bit like Gris, that kind of game. So hopefully that's good as well. This again was in that same Red Art sale, and it's Verronomon. I did buy the deluxe version in the huge box with a 12-inch vinyl record. I kind of regret. I don't regret it, but I don't buy these big box versions because they seriously annoy me. I hate how they're all different sizes. I don't have space for them, so I don't buy them. I don't know why I did for this. I think it was because I was very recently down the vinyl rabbit hole, and I bought it because it had got a vinyl with it. I haven't tried it, but it's supposed to be a really cool puzzle game. This, I think it's rhythm based, hence the vinyl that comes with it, because there's a lot of music that's key to the game. But it does look cool. I'll get round to it one day. This next one, I can't remember anything about this. It came about when I was asking, I think, for recommendations about cozy adventure style games, and it's a double pack, 80 Days and Overboard. Or I'd googled it and it'd come up in some Google search or something, and I think this turned, I got a feeling I was looking at digitally at this, and then it turned out the physical was more or less the same money, so I bought the physical, obviously, as you would. But there's two different games, 80 Days and Overboard, and I think they're both kind of adventure. Overboard looks like a visual novel. I can't remember anything about either one, so are they any good? I don't know. Next up, this, I didn't set out to buy this really. This was part of the Argos deal, where they had whatever it was, 2 for 20 or 2 for 25, something like that, and this was a make weight to get the 2 for whatever it was deal. And it's ace, I think it was 2 for 20 because it's a code in a box. It might have been that Capcom Arcade Stadium, possibly, is when I bought this. And you got the 2 for 20 quid, like 10 quid each. Anyway, it's Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy, which are the is it Game Boy Advance or DS games? I can't remember. One of them. Really highly regarded at the time, I remember. I never played them. My wife started playing one at the time and really liked it. So just to make up the deal, I decided to buy it. I've not downloaded it yet. But you know, it's not really the kind of thing I'd play, but being as the wife liked it, I do want to have a go on this, just to see, you know, what it's like. This next one's kind of in a similar mould, really, and we've got this Coffee Talk pack. 2 games, isn't it? Episode 2. Yeah, Coffee Talk and Coffee Talk, whatever the sequel's called. Again, it's like a adventure, story-driven game where I think basically you're working in a coffee shop and you're talking to the punters, and sort of you're making decisions that alter things, and depending on what you choose depends on where the game goes. Pete Fighter recommended this months and months ago in one of his videos, and again, if Pete thinks it's good, it must be decent, even if it's not generally something I would play. Though that said, I have enjoyed some games of this nature lately, so I think I might enjoy that. This is another one that Ross recommended when I asked for recommendations, and it's the Lil Gator game, which is like a cutesy, if I've got the right one, it's like a cutesy Breath of the Wild, where you play this little alligator dude. I'm assuming he's an alligator, being it's called Little Gator Game. And it includes In the Dark DLC apparently. But yeah, it's meant to be really quite good, this. And if it's like Breath of the Wild, well, happy days, because that's one of the best games ever made. Right, next up. Now I bought this. I think this is a 2-player game only, and I bought this purely because the wife was having an operation and she was going to be off her feet for a bit, and I thought we could play this together to pass some time. Never got round to it. It Takes Two. Meant to be really good, isn't it? Especially, well, according to the box it is anyway. But I think it's supposed to be good. Don't know. Haven't played it. And being as, you know, things are back to normal now, might never will. Right, next up. I don't remember buying this, if I'm honest. And I don't remember how I came by it. Anyway, Okinawa Rush. It looks like, again, a 2D action platformer, and it's ninja based, I believe, so you know, it looks kind of, you know, Shinobi-esque. I don't know if somebody mentioned this and I bought it because somebody mentioned it. Okinawa Rush. I don't know who it was. Was it Alex? I can't remember. Anyway, it does actually look good, this. Have you played Okinawa Rush? Should I fire it up immediately? Next up, actually, we'll do that one first. We've got, off the Switch 2 obviously, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I did talk about this in one of my James's World videos when I played through it. Initially I thought this was really good, and then my sort of thoughts on it dipped down quite a bit. I don't think it's brilliant. It's got some great ideas. I don't think it's particularly well executed in how the levels are set out. Some of them are really frustrating, but what's there, it is very nicely done and it does look lovely. I just feel it would have been better as a traditional sort of Mario stroke Yoshi game, more so than the format they went down with this. But it's decent. It's just perhaps not as good as it could have been, in my opinion. That then brings me on to Yoshi's Crafted World, which I had originally, and at some point when I thinned the Switch collection out to raise some funds, I sold it. When I played through the Mysterious Book, and I was left a little bit disappointed with it, I felt I wanted to try this again, because I never finished it back in, when I bought it first. And I shortly after I played the Mysterious Book, I then played through Crafted World. This is such a much better game. I really think this is excellent. Much more your traditional Mario and Yoshi experience, with a sort of central overworld map and traditional levels. Really good game, much like Woolly World on the Wii U. Sorry. Next up, see, this is another pixel heart game like that Okinawa Rush. I must have done a pixel heart order. Maybe they had a sale on. I can't remember. That was probably Dylan who recommended that if it was a pixel heart sale, or Rob. I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We've got Guns of Mercy, which looks like a action platformer stroke run and gun. I can't remember anything about it, but it does look kind of cool. Really bright, colourful graphics. So I'm sure that will be good when I get round to it. Next up, we've got another Switch 2 game, and this was some time ago. I think I've spoken about this on the James's World video as well, and it's Gear Club 3. Now I saw this on some other video recommending it as like a good racer on the Switch 2, because I mean the original Switch is not like a wash with racers, especially like your Gran Turismo style racer. They're few and far between on the original Switch, and much as they are still on the Switch 2 is a fairly new console. So like I say, this was recommended in some other video I'd watched, so I decided to take a punt on it and buy it. I'm glad I did. This is an awesome game. Absolutely loved every minute of it. It's not perfect. It is let down by the fact there's no analog triggers on the Switch controller, meaning that brakes and accelerator are either on or off. So that aspect of it could be better. But it's a proper good arcade. Well, what they call them, simcades, don't they? It's kind of like it's like Gran Turismo, but it's very arcade handling. There's no simulation to it whatsoever. I like how it's set up. It's set across 2 different countries, France and Japan, and there's a bit of a story to it. There's a bit of a premise. You're setting up this gear club, Japan, I think it is, and you move between France and Japan, and some of the tracks are beautiful in Japan with the cherry blossom trees and the French Riviera. I love the French Riviera, so it was bang up my street. This phenomenal, loved it. Which then brings me on to Gear Club 2, because after I'd played Gear Club 3, I thought, because obviously if you didn't know, the original game was a Switch game, and I'd never bought it. It got quite bad reviews at the time when it came out on the Switch, and I'd never bothered. But having had such an amazing experience with Gear Club 3, I thought, I'd like to try the others, even if they are not up to much. I want to experience them, so hence why I bought Gear Club 2. Now you can get this on the PS4 and 5, because I think this is the standard edition. I think there's another version which has got more content, like a DLC edition of this, and I think that's the one that's on the PS4 and 5. Anyway, not got around to trying this yet, but I'm optimistic. It's obviously not going to be as good as the third one, I wouldn't imagine, but if it's anywhere near being like it, I'm going to have a good time with this. Right, couple left. We've got the Riki 8-bit collection. Now I think, yeah, this was in a Clear River Games sale, I think. And if I remember rightly, it comes with a soundtrack, this one. I think there are 3 games on here. And I think, no, I can't remember what they're about, but I'm sure there are 3 games on it. It's obviously like a NES style games. But I thought it was worth a punt. I think it was really cheap as well. And although it's in one of these silly big boxes, it's not too bad. You know, if it's this kind of size, you know, it's not massively bigger than a Switch box. I can just about live with them. So anyway, that's the Riki 8-bit collection. And then the last one for today, even though this is still months ago I bought this, we've got another Switch 2 game, and we've got Kirby Air Riders. I was kind of excited for this when it got announced it was coming out, because had the original one, well, I've got the original one on the GameCube, but it's Japanese, and I never really got into it. I never really understood what I was supposed to be doing. And then obviously I was mad keen for a racer on the Switch 2, being a racing nut, and you know, this was pretty much, after Mario Kart, this was all there was. So I was going to pre-order it, and I never did. Something told me not to bother, and then I saw some sort of gameplay videos and reviews after it come out, and I was still on the fence. I was thinking, I don't think that's for me. And then time went by, and a few people recommended it to me in comments on previous videos, and for whatever reason I decided to pull the trigger on it, because it's no point waiting for these to get reduced in prices, because first party Nintendo games don't get reduced in price, do they? And I don't think this has. It was around, it might have been, I think it was 45 when I bought it. Might have been slightly more when it was new, but not massively. Anyway, I bought it, and it's good. It's not brilliant. It does look very nice. I mean, it's very simplistic in terms of there are very few controls. My biggest it's a good game, and there's varying modes on it. There's like an overhead sort of top-down mode, kind of like Super Sprint, really. And then there's like a battle 3D arena mode, which I'm not keen on. I'm not into that kind of stuff. And then there's like a traditional behind the car character, in this case, racing mode. And it's also accelerated. You're really only steering and sort of firing weapons. But there's now like championship mode. That's my biggest gripe with this. It's like a story mode which encompasses all the different game modes within the game, which is done quite nicely, and I am enjoying going through it. I just play a bit, you know. I'll play it for a couple of hours, and I'll play something else, and then I'll go back to this and play a bit more, you know. And one day I might get through it all. But I just wish, you know, it's a lovely looking game and it plays all right. I just wish there was like a traditional Mario Kart Championship mode where you're just doing the racing and you get points for wherever you finish, and there's a cup at the end. There's nothing like that, which I find it's primarily a multiplayer game, really. Single player, it's limited, but what's there is good. If they do some sort of updates, but they'll probably charge, won't they, being Nintendo, for any DLC. But anyway, we'll leave it there. There's more Switch games to show yet, but I thought I need to get through a few, so there we go. Let me know what you think about any of those. Should I be playing any of them soon? What you think are good that I haven't tried? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you soon. Sayonara.